Hi, I'm Carl Langdon and welcome to WA Fishing Holiday Hotspots. Over the course of the next hour, I want you to sit back and relax as we take you to some fantastic Western Australian destinations from the far north to the deep south. We'll go to Walpole throughout the next hour. Of course, we'll feature plenty of boats throughout the show coming up at the Mandurah Boat Show next weekend. But first, we go to Steve Starling, who's up in Kununurra as he goes along the Ord River. Earlier this year, Steve flew into Kununurra at the Wreckfish West Fishing Festival, and whilst in town he couldn't refuse an invitation to fish the Ord at Macca's Barra Camp.
Well, I'm back at one of my favourite places in the world. This is Macca's Barra Camp on the lower Ord River, about an hour out of Kununurra in the north of Western Australia. What a fantastic place, and it's a real little oasis in the wilderness because just over here is the dining area at Macca's Camp. Just check that out. I cannot think of a better place to sit back and enjoy a beer in the evening after a great day's barramundi fishing on the lower Ord River. But there's a lot more to Macca's Camp than just this wonderful dining area. Check out the accommodation. Now this is a top spot to wake up as that first light filters through the trees. You can hear the Ord River running over its gravel bars. Sit up, stretch and have a look at that river. What a great way to start a day, and they're all good days down here too, because what we're going to do today is head downstream and chase some of those big barramundi that the Ord River has become so famous for in recent years. There probably isn't a better place in Australia to catch a metre plus wild saltwater barramundi than right here on the lower Ord, and there's no one better to do it with than our man Macca, and he's going to take us downstream today. The fishing's been a bit patchy, and it always is when you're chasing really big barramundi. They're not that easy to catch, but we've got our fingers crossed and we're in with a good chance. I've got Carol Boyer here. She won a prize to come out and have a bit of a fish with us, and we're going to see if we can get her hooked up to one of those metre plus barramundi today as well. I can't wait for this.
Well, as everyone knows, when you fish the Ord, everyone needs a throw net, and Macca had to catch a few live bait before we head off stream to try our first spot. At our first spot, we drop a line where Macca gives Carol some of the finer tips about catching barra here in the Great Ord River.
All right, Carol, what we're doing here is live baiting. It's actually pretty technical. We've got a live bait on there, and see, you can see that line moving. He's swimming away there. Okay, and he's starting to get a bit nervous, and that's always an indication that there's something around when you feel your bait getting nervous. Now he's actually hooked in the tail and he's swimming this way, and a barramundi's going to approach him from the front. Now they come up to him, open their mouths and suck them in, and what you feel is a knock. It's a real jolt coming down the line. Everybody's natural tendency then is to hook straight away, and what that actually does is pull the hook out of the bait and out of the fish's mouth, because he's facing towards us. So what we need to do when we get an excited bait and then we get the knock, we need to move forward and just let him turn and face the other direction. So he's swimming off with it. So it's just a matter of moving forward, giving some slack line and then coming back with a strike right back up over your head, and then hopefully bring him in. There you go.
Got him! Oh yeah! I don't think it's a barra.
Little baby Jewie, is it?
Yeah, it is. It's a little Jewie. Look at that. Little black Jewie. He's only just hooked. We'll let him go anyway. Well, that's a start. They grow a lot bigger than that, these fellas, but that's a lovely little black jewfish, northern mulloway. He's eaten a bait about a third the length of him and got pinned on that big 9-0 suicide. Macca's not scared to use big baits or big hooks up here, and I think that says something about the calibre of fish that live in here. There's a lot bigger ones than that. Woo! Now that's a bit bigger than 48 or whatever.
No, there we go.
He's only just hooked, Macca.
Just steer him over towards me. There we go.
All right.
Whoa. There's a lovely saltwater Ord River barra.
Look how silver he is.
I'm laughing.
Dressmaking one.
We'll call it 72 centimetres.
Oh, very
Probably
nice.
71. Cool.
Well, Carol, that's a beautiful fish, and it'll be a really good one to take home. There's a slot size limit here in the Ord River. You can keep one fish per angler per day between 55 centimetres and 80 centimetres. This one's around 71, so it's right in the slot, and you're not doing any harm at all keeping one fish like that occasionally, and you won't eat better fish. I want one now. Well, that didn't take long. So that's this first flush of the incoming tide just hitting this snag, got him going, eh?
That's it.
Nice
little barra.
Silvery fish. He just threw up some little bait fish.
Something else in the boat.
Okay, I saw where you cast that. I'm going to throw mine in there. So, Macca, how many years have you been guiding on the Ord now?
This is year number 11, Steve.
Okay. You've obviously learnt a lot about it in that time.
Oh well, I think I've learned a lot about it in that time, but sometimes your own knowledge can be your own worst enemy too.
Well, there's more to it than just catching fish too, isn't there? I mean, this country that you're in is just absolutely magnificent. People must be blown away by the size of it for a start. You know, the fact that you do. How far did we run down the river today?
A long way today. We'll cover about 250 kilometres by the time we get back to camp, so it's a big day.
The place is beautiful, but you really want to be careful because of these critters.
Yeah.
Just does not want to go back in the water, does he?
They're not exactly the shyest crocodiles in the world, these lower Ord River ones. We're actually throwing mud at this one to make it move. It's a fair sized crocodile too. Don't try this at home. Well, we didn't catch that elusive barramundi over the metre today, but we did get a couple, and Carol caught a biggest, and that's important. And even though we didn't catch the big one, can you think of a better place to enjoy a beer after a day's fishing than right here on the banks of the Ord River at Macca's Camp? I'll tell you what, I'll be back.
Well, from Steve Starling on the Ord River back to me here in Fremantle, and of course the Club Marine Mandurah Boat Show is on next weekend, and these Sunseeker boats will be on display, a big range of them, and I'm here with Dave Nardi. He joins me. G'day mate, how you going?
Good mate, how are you, Carl?
I'm great. Now just tell us a little bit about Sunseeker.
Sunseeker are built in the UK. Sunseeker Australia import the boats from the UK. Recognised worldwide as one of the leading pleasure boat builders in the world.
Yeah, the quality just looks outstanding from the brief look I've had. Just tell us a bit about the range.
We started from 34 Superhawk right through to 140 yacht. Currently one of the 37 sports fisher. Great for day tripping, great fishing boat, diving, just relaxing with your friends, Carl.
And what are you going to have at the Club Marine Mandurah Boat Show next weekend?
We'll have one of these, Carl. We'll have a 46 and a 53 Portofino, the 50 Manhattan, the all-new 66 Manhattan, and of course the 82 Predator, which we're really excited about, Carl.
Sounds outstanding. So Sunseeker boats, make sure you have a look at the range down there at the Mandurah Boat Show for Club Marine. Well, from here in Fremantle, a beautiful sunny Fremantle, back up the coast we go to Dirk Hartog Island. Mark Holst and his friends are there. I just wish I was as well. Welcome back to WA Fishing Holiday Hotspots as we head a little further south to Steep Point to get our equipment to Dirk Hartog Island as we join Mark Holst and his mates for an ultimate adventure. And as with every fishing trip, expect the unexpected.
What's happened, Brian, is we've lost the bolt off the caliper of these discs.
Well, that'll be handy.
And this is just...
What are we going to do, mate?
Oh, what do you reckon? We have to jack up, pull the wheel off, pull that caliper off.
Oh, it's dragging.
Yeah, and it all should be okay. This is unbelievably hot.
Ooh.
All ship shape, Mark?
I've finished my job.
The crew arrived late at night at the destination South Passage and set up camp. and woke to a beautiful day ahead. The big challenge is getting all this equipment across to Dirk-Hartog Island and to Whitnall Point, which is at the northernmost end of the island. The island's about 70 kilometres long. Now you need a four-wheel drive, and the only way to get the four-wheel drive to the island is by barge. And while the barge is coming into shore, we whack the boats in the water. You need all supplies. You need fuel, water, firewood, food, and of course a few beers. And don't forget the fishing gear. And then start to head across to the destination. The first port of call is the crew catch up with Kieran Wardle at the homestead.
On Dirk-Hartog Island you can stay here at the homestead with Tori and I, and we can cater for up to 14 people at any one time, and Tori does some beautiful gourmet meals, and the other options, you can bring your own four-wheel drive across the island and head out camping, and we've got several designated camping areas, coupled with shacks on, which very comfortable and great for getting out and into the wilderness and doing a bit of fishing.
Whitnall Point, the crew is full of expectation and excitement and can't wait to get the rods out and go fishing. As the sun sets, Mark Holst is contemplating what the next day could bring, and we'll see the action later in the show.
No doubt we'll catch something, just a matter of landing it, and then in the afternoon we can come and fish these flats, which, looking at them, should absolutely go off. We can get out there and try for a few spanglies on lure, a few of the black snapper. It absolutely should be brilliant.
There'll be more of the magnificent Dirk-Hartog Island coming up later in the show, but I'm down here in Fremantle at Beacon Marine and the fantastic 42-foot Riviera. Have a look at this boat, it's absolutely sensational. And I'm with Ken Sims, he's down here. Simsy, this is a fantastic vessel.
It certainly is, Carl. It's going to be one of 6 that we're displaying at the show this year. We're going to have a 58, a 51, a 47, a 42, a 40 and a 37, all on display down at the Mandurah show this year.
So the Club Marine Mandurah Boat Show, the 42-footer on display. Just tell me about some of its features.
Well, the 42 is probably one of the pick of the group. This particular boat's got twin diesel power. It's got a 240 volt generator, which means it runs its own reverse cycle air conditioning. It comes standard with things like a dishwasher, full-size fridge, washer dryer, 2 cabins, 2 sleeping cabins, 2 en-suites, all through sullage tanks in the boat itself. It's fully equipped upstairs with radar, GPS plotter, all the electronics you could want. It's a 30 knot boat, cruise all day at 22, 23 knots. You've also on the foredeck, you've got a dinghy, an outboard with a hydraulic davit that puts it effortlessly into the water next door. So the boat really is, with a desal plant and a generator on board, is completely self-contained.
And if you just want to sit on the backside in the couch, beautiful leather,
yes,
watch the LCD screen,
exactly,
or listen to the CD player.
Exactly. No, it's a home away from home. No doubt about it.
Let's go and have a look at the 37-footer.
Let's go.
Well, as you can see, everyone, Simsy's had to come up to my level here. Simsy, just tell us a little bit about the 37-foot Riviera.
Well, the 37's very similar to the 42, obviously a little smaller, but with all the features. It's got teak deck at the back, it's got twin diesel power, it's got a 240 volt generator, which again gives you reverse cycle air conditioning right through. They have eutectic freezing, besides the fridge inside, all electric galley, TV, VCR, all the accoutrements that you've got in the home. Leather upholstery, sleeping for 7 people. They're a very, very comfortable family boat, and probably more in the family's budget line than perhaps the 42.
Perfect to go to Roto.
Oh, absolutely.
From Simsy down here in Fremantle, we head up the coast to Geraldton. It's absolutely thriving these days. The development is unbelievable. We catch up with the Patrick family from the Halco fame here in Western Australia, and we head to one of WA's best kept secrets. It's the Abrolhos Islands, the jewel in Geraldton's crown.
I've been coming here since I was 8 years old. My father's been here for many years before that. It's a fantastic fishery, and it doesn't matter where the wind's coming from, there's always some great fishing to be had. Today I think we'll go and fish some of the shallow reef edges and some of the drop-offs, some pelagics and other bottom species trolling. Should be a great day's fishing. This has been right on the drop-off from 15 to 25 metres. We've been trolling this edge for about 5 minutes, and because we've been right on the drop-off there from 15 to 25 metres, bang on the drop-off and whack, you got a great strike. This is on a new colour we're trying. It's actually a yellowfin colour, and gee, it's already worked well this morning. It's been a very good start. Could be a Spaniard or a Sharky. That's all right. I'm gonna gaff him.
Oh, not a bad.
Someone just get the... Oh, beautiful Spaniard there.
This big.
We're keeping this bloke for dinner, but so these fish you'll normally find along the drop-offs from 15 to 25 metres. My favourite depth for them is about 16 metres, and this is one of my old favourite spots. I can't tell you exactly where it is, but find a good 16 metre drop-off and you can get in contact with one of these guys. Oh!
On the popper! Go big boy!
Biggles,
This is on the new Rooster Popper 135.
we thought we'd go down deep, and Biggles decided to try the surface and got a crashing strike there. Great thing about their brollis, you just don't know what you're going to catch here, and it's a fairly windy day. We've managed to find a nice shallow reef out of the wind or out of the sea, and just magic. And there's so many fish around. There's great fish under these birds. There's fish on the bottom. Really exciting fishing. And good thing about their brollis too, it's actually protected by these winds. It's a fantastic management tool along with fisheries. That's why we've got so many fish here, and it's a beautiful shark mackerel, Biggles. It's a good one too. Nice solid one.
While you guys were fishing down deep, I'd try a surface running popper, and
Oh, there he goes.
We're going to release that anyway, so that's not a bad release,
Good
Ben.
release, yeah. Another shark mackerel, Halsey, I think. You onto something fairly solid there,
I
Halsey?
think so, mate. I don't reckon it is a sharky.
It's a solid fish.
Get right above him. It's too good for a trout.
Nah, it's not a trout. Let's open the door, mate.
It's
It is
a
trout.
monster
It's a
trout.
beautiful trout.
Yep, trout. Watch that door, watch that door.
Very dark
Very
coloured
dark
trout, isn't
coloured. Look at the coloration in his eye. Biggles' new colour too, 190. Gotta like that, mate. And he bricked me,
it? Yep.
and I got him back.
Mate, you're a legend.
No, that was sheer luck, I think, mate. Good driving by the skipper.
After a hard day on the water, there's nothing better than a feed of delicious, freshly caught fish.
It's so good I can't stop eating it.
oh, that's beautiful. Doesn't get any better than this.
After the break, we head to the deep south of WA, to Mark's hometown, Walpole.
What a beautiful spot. What a setting. Franklin River at Walpole, one of the nicest places on the whole south coast. Not only a beautiful spot to look at, but also home to some of the best bream fishing in the state. Now I'm here with the boys from Halco, local guru Mark House. We're going to try and catch a few black bream and show you how these Halco lures work. The end result hopefully will be a nice video on black bream fishing in Western Australia. As you can see behind me there, the boys are itching to get going. They're flogging around this little bit of dead water. They can't wait to get round the snags. Stay tuned, see how we go.
I'm on. Okay, I'll try and put it right at that snag. He followed me. Look at the colours on this. Maybe. Beautiful top lip. I've actually changed lure the last 2 casts. Beautiful looking fish. Look at all his green hues up around his gill rakers and that.
Oh my, what was that? I know what that was. Oh, this bloke's really got me in there.
You get him
and
out?
around the tree.
You get him out?
I don't know.
Get into him. Hang on, I'll take you around the other side of that snag.
I think you might have to.
Get into him.
He's got me, hope he doesn't get around those barnacles. Here we go.
Oh, he's out. He's out.
You beauty. Oh, he's not bad either.
No, he's a good fish.
Ooh, he just puffed himself a bit in that snag, thank goodness.
Well, he had you in you 2 or 3 times.
He did. Hey, not a bad fish either, by G.
No, bring him in here.
Oh, nice solid fish.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, thanks, Odgie.
Mate,
Nice, mate.
good fish.
Beautiful. Thanks, mate.
Congratulations,
Good on you, buddy.
excellent. He's best one of the morning. Ooh, I tell you what, you are straighten that hook.
Mate. Yeah, he had me around those snags there for a minute.
The beauty of Walpole is the diversity of fishing options, from fishing the Franklin River to the mouth of the Nornalup Inlet.
Just for a bit of a change, we've been catching fish up in the snags and down on the mud flats. We thought we'd come up on the sand flats and chuck a few of these around. Look at the size of that for a whiting. Absolutely. They're like mini bonefish. They go like anything when you hook them. They're not big fish, but I've seen a couple of thumpers out there. Little ones like this, eh? Just get him before he spikes me. Little ones like this. Great fun. We're only using 4-pound leaders and that's absolutely terrific fun. That's another good point too. No matter what lure you're using, you've got to have sharp hooks, especially when using light line. You can't drive the hook point home if you're using blunt hooks. There we go. Beautiful.
The nice thing about wading these flats, which I've got to tell you this afternoon has been fantastic, is that you've got a lower profile when you're having a boat, when you're standing up. So you can get a lot closer to the fish. So we're wandering around here. We're actually seeing heaps of schools of bream. It's just unbelievable fishing. Up there where it's even shallower, you see even more fish, but they're very flighty in only that, this much water. But out here where it's thigh deep, you can get close to fish and boy, we're having some fun here.
Not a monster. Oh, just dip me reel in the water. Not a monster, but pretty fish all the same. That's not big by what we've been catching by any stretch of the imagination, but on this light gear, they go. They got a bit of poke about them.
From the mouth of the Nornalup Inlet to the flats, another of the exciting fishing options and plenty of competition.
Woo-hoo, look at the size of that. You right with that one, mate? Whoa! Cranking fish. I'm going to have to have a go. I can't let you outfish me, mate. I'm going to have another go.
Well, I'll let this one get a bit bigger.
I feel like there's a few fish out here now, mate. The chop on the water's made them not spooky. I can touch. I'm on. Double hook up. Hey! Woo! Oh, I'm matching you. I'm matching you. I'm gonna do you here. Oh, wait. I'm gonna pull me lure. Woo! Look at that! Look at that! Woo! If that's not Walpole fishing at its best, I don't know what is. Same colour lure, that is an identical fish.
The boys have had a great time. Let's get Mark back to camp. He needs a drink to celebrate.
Well, how beautiful is this place? I reckon this Walpole estuary has to be one of the most scenic spots on the whole south coast. And to boot, some of the best bream fishing you'd find anywhere. What a treat this has been this week. We've had Hodgie, the barefoot fisherman, and Mark Hulse. Well, he's a local guru and he knows more about this estuary and catching bream than anyone I've met. I've learned a lot and I hope you have too. And if you want to find out even more, next weekend at the Mandurah Boat Show, all the boys are going to be there. Come down and find out more for yourself. Hope you enjoy it.
I'm sitting here having a flick through some of the latest Engel catalogues, and a legend in reliability. They've been around for 40 years, and over the course of the Mandurah Boat Show we'll be giving 3 of these away. Now I know a man who uses these fredges. He's a legend himself. He's the original crocodile hunter. His name is Malcolm Douglas. We're going to go and catch up with him up in Broome.
This is one of the Kimberley hotspots. We're about 10 nautical miles east of Broome in Roebuck Bay. This is where the blue water and the dirty water meet. We're only in about 2 metres of water. It's a rising tide, building up to spring, so we've got about a 7 metre tide today. We've come over here because we've got all these terns chasing the baitfish, and under the baitfish are schools of northern blue-nosed salmon, small sharks, trevally, and occasionally you get the really big northern jewfish. Pretty simple rig. All we use is these bony bream or bony herring as they call them up here, and just a suspicion of a sinker, and if you don't mind, we've hardly got any bait left, dog, and we just get that bait out there where the fish are breaking the surface. Come on, mate. That's your typical northern blue nose. They're not a big fish, but they're beautiful eating. They've got this large eye for stalking baitfish in the dirty water, very large mouth, and they've got that iridescent blue nose. Well done.
He's running up the front.
I've got a big mulloway on the end of this line.
Bring him round slowly into the net.
Put it down in.
Woohoo! Wow.
Beauty!
Hey? Now that is a mulloway. I can hardly lift him up. That's a typical Roebuck Bay northern jewfish or mulloway. Beautiful eating. Oh, yeah, there's no way you got to let this go, mate.
No way.
They're probably the best fun for the family here.
Oh, Chelsea.
Oh, yeah.
Big one.
Well, that was another great day fishing in Broome. But don't go away, we'll be right back after the break.
Well, not only will we have boats down at the Club Marine Mandurah Boat Show, we'll also have a huge range of fishing gear. All the latest gadgets, you'll see it down there on display. And with me is Gary Shug from Complete Angler. Gaz, how are you going, mate?
Good, Carl. Yourself, mate?
Oh, I'm going terrific. So much gear is on display here in your store, but down at the boat show there'll be heaps of it as well.
Mate, down at the boat show we're going to have a huge display, rods, reels, just everything you'll need to go fishing.
Just tell us a bit about your group, Complete Angler.
Mate, Complete Angler Group, sort of just basically being launched, biggest buying group in Australia for fishing tackle. We've got 6 stores here in WA, 48 Australia wide. Guys that run the stores own the stores, they know their area, and they're more than happy to help.
Now, one thing that I know about Complete Angler that most people don't is that you give away a few of your favourite spots, don't you, Shuggy?
Mate, I can sort of handle a few GPS spots for you, mate. I believe you're going away, but yeah, look, the guys are more than happy to give away some spots. No, nothing too secret, but yeah, no, more than helpful.
Well, after the Mandurah Boat Show, I'm heading to the Mackerel Islands, and now we're going to go back to Dirk Hartog Island. It's dawn, everyone is well fed after a campfire breakfast and getting prepared to head to the block. The block has a big reputation, reputed to be the best land-based fishing spot in Australia. On the way, Mark stops to check out the historical lighthouse at Cape Inscription at the northernmost part of the island, the very spot Dirk Hartog left his famous plate.
Pretty amazing. 200 and something years ago. No, 300. Yeah, nearly 300.
Now let's catch some fish.
Not bad for the first fish, but we'll see if we can get any better.
We'll leave the boys for a moment. Some of the girls have never been fishing and Artie's keen to give them a few tips.
There's a knot on the end of that.
Right off. Right, so that's now a running sinker.
Sliding sinker thing.
Yeah.
And I got one. Bit of ocky leg, their favourite tucker. It was getting a bit boring trying to fish for pelagic, so I come and put a bit of ocky leg on, one of their favourite tucker, and it's a lovely little female baldy.
Halsey is oblivious to what the girls are up to. Stacey's learning how to catch, but hates the release.
Okay, how do we get the hook out? I don't want to touch it. Can't touch it. No, I can't.
Can't touch it?
No.
Go on.
No.
Just a
I
little
touched
bit.
the snappers, yes. Oh!
What's Halsey got now?
Little tiny rock cod of some description. Lovely markings on him.
Yeehaw!
Well, even though this looks just absolutely all time, it's dead as a doornail. We couldn't get any pelagics, and I've only got one baldy and a couple of little rockfish, so we're heading back to Whitnall Point and are going to go for a few more pinkies, which we'll be on.
The block, the best fishing spot in Australia. Not today. So the boys decide to head out in the boat to try their luck.
What do you reckon, mate? Another pinky? Yeah, I'll lay odds on.
It's a lovely little pink snapper, beautiful dinner plate size. Look forward to having that on the plate tonight.
Another pinky. Woo, boy. I'm the beautiful black diamond barra hunter. Oh. He's giving me to me. So the sun's going down, mate. We might as well make a move since we've had a not a bad afternoon.
Beautiful afternoon. Got our feed of pink snapper. We'll cruise on home and have a good feed.
Yeah, feed her in and feed a Pinky. Let's go.
Right, here we go.
Ready?
Yep.
Maybe just a tad on top.
Tad on top, you reckon? That'll be heaps under there, mate. Beautiful. That's it.
Dirk-Hartog Island, a heritage listed area, a beautiful place full of tranquility for the ultimate fishing adventure. After the traditional campfire dinner, the process begins of getting all our equipment back to the mainland for the trip to our next destination. After the break, we head north as Hodgie, the barefoot fisherman, explores Karratha.
You got it! I'm here with Rob Standaloff from the Visitor Information Centre. He's the manager of the Visitors Information Centre here, and we're back in Karratha again. Last year we were here, we caught some amazing fish outside, as you can remember. But there's other big things about Karratha and Dampier as well.
Oh yeah, the industry here is very big. We've got the three big players of the LNG plant, natural gas, just behind us here.
Yep.
Of course, Hammersley Iron with the iron ore, and Dampier salt.
Right, so what are we going to do today? We're going to go out and catch a few fish or what?
Yeah, we're in the little boat this time.
Yeah?
The little 6 metre fella.
Little for you guys, mate.
Just to prove that you don't have to be in a big one to have a good time up here. So
That's it,
we should mention it is blowing its head off.
Yeah.
But the good thing about here, like as you know, 42 islands. We're tucked in behind one now. We've had a little bit of a bump across, but no matter what it's doing, we can always have a good time. So I've opened my big mouth now. We better find your fish.
No, we'll get a fish. No worries at all.
All right.
Remember what it was like last time.
Just remember, I'm just driving. You're fishing. All right, so it's all your fault.
Let's go and get a buck.
Let's go get him.
Okay, mate.
That Mandurah was playing in and around this 16 metre mark.
Yep.
Right, and all those other fish that are around. Sorry, because there's a little shelf that runs all the way along here.
Yep.
So it's going to drop down, see it's dropping down 27 metres, so we've got a really nice drop here. Hey, we're up.
He's on. Out there. Oh, busted me off. No, pulled out.
Under the boat. Sorry, mate, I haven't got you.
How bad's the tangle? We just got nipped off. What happens quite often when you're retrieving a lure, if you've got a leader knot that's fairly big and crystallised looking in the water, if the mackerel are feeding on small bait fish, your leader knot almost to them looks like a little bait fish. So on that last retrieve there, retrieving flat out, got nipped off. What do you got, mate? What do you call those around here, Rob?
Call them poor man's crayfish.
Yeah, he's a nice fish, mate. Come here, a bit closer, mate. There we go.
That's on the new Yellowsby colour.
It is too. Biggles will be stoked.
Biggles will be right.
The wildlife up here is amazing. They spotted some manta rays, under them a feeding cobia.
Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Yes, cobia. Cobia, pull them lines in, mate. Oh, you nearly had one too. When you gaff this thing, Guy, we'll gaff it in the lip, but these things go absolutely ballistic
Once they're on the deck.
when you stick a gaff in them. On an Alco twisty, on a 30 gram twisty. You see him though, there's a heap of them there peeled out after it. You know, he wouldn't hit that until it skipped on the top. He chased it and chased it and chased it. Come here. Oh, I might even be able to lift him in. Don't want to gaff him if we can help it. One of the best eating fish in the ocean, in my opinion, anyway.
What a sensational spot. The cobia just kept coming.
You got him! First cast with a whiptail. Come back here. One twitch of the handle and he nailed it. This is fighting more like a trevally, mate.
Yeah, once they see the boat, they go for a spin.
Oh no, it's a cope.
Like it?
Yeah, mate.
Oh, sure they got some kick, haven't they?
Oh yeah, they go. Got him. Bloody wonderful.
You whipped that, eh?
Yeah, mate. They're a pearl of a lure, eh?
Yeah, it works like a treat.
But we've thrown, you've seen how many lures we've thrown at them. Let's throw that out, the first twitch. Well, there you go. Pays to experiment a little bit. These are only a new lure that's just come out. Little whiptail jig from Halco. We've been chucking lures at these things for the last, oh, there's another manta ray. We've been chucking lures at these manta rays for the last half hour, and I got one earlier about the same size, maybe a little bit smaller on a twisty, 30 gram twisty. And then, yeah, hurled this one out. First twitch of the handle, got nailed. Well, we've done all right, mate. We've got a few fish on a bad day.
Yeah, it's a little bit windy today, eh? But it's not always like this, as you know.
No, mate, no. Last year it was like glass out there. And most people that were at the competition there yesterday for the Phoenacon Festival were saying that this is pretty rare. So
Yeah, it's probably 1 in every 3 months day when it's blowing 35 knots. But anyway.
But I mean, we found some places out of the wind and we still got a feed of fish and saw some spectacular stuff, huge manta rays and all sorts of things, which stuff you don't get to see often. So
no, it was great.
Mate, it was. I really enjoyed it again. Again, and I say again because every time I come back here, I see something new every time.
Well, mate, it's just a pleasure having you back up here, but I just love showing people our special part of Australia, right?
Mate, love
it's
the
a great
place.
place.
We're going to go and have a beer now, or
We
what?
will indeed. Okay, mate, let's go.
See you, mate. Okay.
Well, hope you've enjoyed the show. So many wonderful destinations to go for boating and fishing up and down the coast of Western Australia. I've been to so many of these. One place we're heading next weekend is the Club Marine Mandurah Boat Show at the Mandurah Ocean Marina, the boat and fishing show, recognised now as one of the best on-water shows in Australia. There's an estimated $70 million worth of boats, fishing, camping and dive gear. There's boating accessories, clothing, canoes and kayaks. Plus for entertainment, there's seafood and camp and oven cooking presentations, fishing clinics, fashion parades. Plus we're giving away a dinghy a day in conjunction with the West Australian. Make sure you cut out the coupons in there every day this week. It starts 9 AM Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you there.